Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state from where you are watching this information from on today. I greatly appreciate you being coachable, teachable, and trainable and doing that. Again, I am BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and today is the day that I am actually going to be sharing the next information that you guys can look for. Right? That is GHL calendar. So if you're an emerging speaker who's been playing phone tag with event planners, sending 5 emails back and forth just to schedule one call, then if you know, and if you are doing that, then guys, you're looking a slight bit unprofessional because your booking process is a little chaotic, right? And today we're building the calendar system that makes scheduling your effortless, right, system for the clients, and it's going to save you hours every single week, right? So like previously we discussed that your speaking inquiry form, that's the tool that actually captures and qualifies your leads. We put that together and you guys were excited about seeing exactly how that form works. And so today we want to talk about the next step after that. And that's a way for those people to actually qualify themselves, and your booking process becomes easy for them, and it's going to save you time. It's going to qualify the people, and it's going to make it make sense. Okay. And so your form and calendar work together as a system. The form qualifies the opportunity and gets the essential information. The calendar lets the qualified prospect book the time immediately. And now there's no more back and forth, email change, trying to find a time that works. If they're having to check with teams and things like that, you don't have that issue anymore. Okay. So today we are discussing the revamp because we gave you guys a comprehensive training and you guys were like, that went way over my head. So we're going to run that back, right? We're going to run that back, and I'm giving you guys what you asked for. And that is the basic information. Okay. And so when you utilize this, it makes you look more credible. Okay. Even when you're just trying to stand out, even when you're brand spanking new, it makes you look more credible. It eliminates any type of scheduling confusion. It eliminates missed opportunities. It protects your time, right, by setting clear boundaries, and it proves a smooth experience for the EPs, that's the event planners, right, and people who are looking to book you for their events, right? This builds also confidence in your services for them and for you, right? That subliminal mindset, it builds your own confidence. Okay. And so we're building I know a lot of people call it a discovery calendar. We're just going to call it, this is going to be your calendar, right? Your simple calendar, your call calendar, right? Something very simple for you guys. And it is a simple 30-minute booking system for qualified prospects who submitted your inquiry form. So they went to wherever your funnel is set up, or they utilized whatever link you supplied them, because remember, we just set up the form and it gave you a link. Now, remember, we're doing this in a systemized fashion. So if you do not currently have a website, do not currently have a funnel, you haven't gotten with your BrandMaster with regards to your domains and your subdomains, then you have a link, right? They submitted an inquiry form, right? And in that, you set up some type of follow-up that allow them to book time on your calendar, or you need to set up a follow-up to allow them to book time on your calendar. So don't worry right now about trying to have multiple calendars, right? We want you to master this one simple call calendar, and then we'll add others later as they're needed, okay? And so what I want to do, number one, I'm actually going to share and show you the step-by-step process. So let me move a screen over here to my left and bring it down out of the way. You guys who are actually watching are not available to see the screen that I'm sharing, but let me bring up the actual share screen here. The entire screen that we're going to use. We're going to use this monitor over here, and we're actually going to pull up and get to a calendar area so you guys can see specifically what it is that your girl is talking about. And if I didn't take the opportunity to introduce myself and you are just now falling into the GHL calendars because you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you do not yet follow a playlist, then you're probably like, who in the world is this country bumpkin that's talking right now? It's your girl, BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, your go-to girl for what? helping you guys get your assets in order so you can go from leaving a legacy to living a legacy, right? Get your assets in order so you can get out here and capture some of this money, right? So you can impact, increase, and influence in someone else's life with your life or in their lives with your value, your vision, and your voice, okay? And so what we're actually going to be discussing and building on today, and let's see if I can get a couple of active calendars up here and get that onto the screen and get myself moved on over here out of show way. All right. And so now that I'm sharing the screen and you guys are available to see that, what I want you to understand is if you do not have this system that you guys are looking at, you have no earthly idea where to look at. How did I find XYZ? What are you talking about? Then that means you currently do not have a GHL system. GHL is short for Go High Level, and it may mean that you currently are not subscribed to anybody's agency, or you don't have your own GHL account. Then you can go to ghl.martinabrityelverton.com. If you'll look below, it is scrolling across the screen. And you can go to ghl.martinabrityelverton.com and get your own agency, get your own sub account. When you get your own sub account, it is going to bring you to a panel on the left, as you see here on the screen. And all of this information here on the screen, you are then available to click around and find your way around. Specifically, if you go back to the main area that you see here, we're looking at calendars. And in order to look at a calendar, then you need to actually set up one. So when you open up your GHL calendar, you're not going to see this information. Yours will be blank, okay? And so what you need to do at this point, when you open up that calendar, you will need to go through and you will need to create a calendar. All right. So you're going here into your calendars dashboard on the left. You're going to select new calendar over here on the right, and you're going to choose a simple calendar, right? A simple calendar is your personal booking calendar. All right. You're going to name it up here where it says calendar name. So we're going to name this one Simple Call Calendar, because we're going the simplified method right now, okay? You are going to ensure when you access your account that all of your team member information was already set up. If you're looking at this and your GHL system is not set up, press pause, get in contact with your BrandMaster so we can get you set up correctly, okay? Now, once you are set up correctly and your calendar is connected, your name will go right here, right? You want to make sure that you set up the initial calendar for a simple 15 or 30-minute duration. This is enough time for a real conversation without you feeling rushed, okay? You're available to add some description information to exactly what this calendar is in the advanced settings. So you want to go ahead and go down here to the advanced settings, simple call calendar pulled up over here. And now we're in the description. If you're utilizing your checklist, right now we're just going to copy and paste. We're going to copy it from our checklist and we're going to paste it here into our calendar description area. Okay. Now, again, you will update this if it is anything different than something simple and basic. And right now, the simple and basic says simple-call-calendar. That's all we need right now. Okay. So we're going to leave that as it is. And you're going to, again, set your availability next, right? If your calendar did not connect to you from the last screen, then select yourself here so it connects to you. But most times your system is already set up, especially if you work with the BrandMaster, it's already set up and it's connected, okay? We're going to go to the availability and you're going to set the times that you choose to have. Now, this is specific to this call time. You could already have your calendar set up that you work 8 to 5, right? But if you have it set up from 11 to 7, this is where the adjustment would need to happen specifically for this. This is critical. This is crucial. This is urgently urgently important. Do not be, and I know that's improper grammar, do not be available all the time. Okay, because you are busy working your business. You have a life. You may have a family. You have a job. You have other things that you're doing. So you cannot be available all the time. And if you have your personal free Google Calendar set up in conjunction with this calendar that you're setting up inside of your business, then you will not be available all the time because you have personal things that you're doing outside of your business. And you want to make sure that the calendars are syncing up and not conflicting. You don't want to propose individual looking to try and speak with you when you Uber momming. You cannot have a professional conversation while you're driving, all right? So you want to make sure that you utilize some of the options that you have, even if it's necessary for you to look busy right now. Okay, you can set that to look busy 50% of the time, 25% of the times. You can do that. All the times that you're available could be 8 to 5, could be 8 to 7, could be 8 to 8. Totally up to you. You set that time in here and then you select to look busy a percentage of the time, because right now you may not have your personal calendar connected. And if you don't have your personal calendar connected, that's fine. Look busy 50% of the time, because of the working day, you are doing things with your family, especially if you have this set from a 9 to 9, an 8 to 8 time frame. In the evening, you probably are with your family. Okay. And so you want to set this higher right now if you don't have your personal calendar connected. But if you do, then set it lower, or don't set it at all right now. Again, we are keeping things simple. All right. So you want to ensure that you're picking 2 to 3 days per week when you're consistently available and energetic. I'm going to get it right. Energetic. When your zhuzh is good. Okay. When you're actually wanting to talk at a high energy and positive. Choose times when you're at your best, right? I am not a morning person. So my office hours don't even open until after 11 a.m. Not a morning person. I'm a late night person. I do a lot of my recording and trainings in the wee hours. But because we're trying to get a few things ahead of schedule right now, you guys got the opportunity to catch this recording right now, smack in the middle of the day. Normally, that's not the case, okay? You also want to ensure that you're setting buffer times, right? And buffer times are set in between calls for your mental preparation, for taking notes and things like that, right? And require an advanced notice so that you can prepare. You don't want someone booking a same day call and you have not had an opportunity to review the speaker inquiry form yet. You don't even know what event they're looking to book you for. You have not reviewed any of the assessment information that you may have sent out if you're referring or you're using the form for a business. So make sure that you give yourself a little bit of grace and a little bit of time. Limited availability that you can stick to is better than unlimited availability that makes you tired, that you present yourself unprepared, that you are off focus, that you are drained. Okay. So make sure that you're setting this calendar up appropriately. All right. And then even when you move forward, you may want to ask some questions prior to. So you can ask booking questions prior to. You can actually utilize a form to do this, right? And you can also have payments on your calendar if you want them to book and pay for the time. Okay. These are options that are available. Again, this is optional, right? If you do not yet have a basic form created, then you will end up with this default area: first name, last name, email, phone number. Mind you, when stickies are turned on right here, then it's going to pre-populate the information that they already submitted on your speaker form, your inquiry form. So again, saving time, allowing them to pre-populate their information from prior that they already submitted on your speaker inquiry form. Okay. But again, make sure that you have the essential fields, the name, the email, maybe even some additional forms if you're setting up a custom form that says, how did you hear about me? In case they ended up on your calendar link outside of having booked and filled out your speaker inquiry form. Okay. And of course, if you didn't get the opportunity to pre-qualify them and ask them what's the main goal for their event, then this is a question that you can ask now. Regardless, keep it simple, because they already filled out a prior speaking inquiry form. You do not want to create additional friction, okay, here inside of this particular form. All right. Again, professional communication. If you have to send out a thank you message or something like that, you want to ensure that any of the confirmation email information that goes out, that it includes the call time and day to dial in information, maybe even a brief agenda. We'll discuss your event goals and I'll share how I might help. A statement such as that. You want to make sure to reiterate the time and the location, okay? And also offer them the opportunity to reschedule. So here inside this thank you message is already a built-in set of information that allows you to reschedule, to cancel. You want to make sure you choose a set of time that you're comfortable allowing an individual to reschedule or to cancel. Totally up to you how you begin to do that inside of your calendar. I myself prefer only my system following up, because then you end up with duplicates. If you notice here, is asking about allowing your Google or your Outlook calendar to send invitation and update emails to the attendee. Just allow your system to do it for now, right? You may not have a Google Calendar, so obviously that would not apply to you. But if you do, take that off for now and allow your system to do all of the work for you. A lot of this information up here is pre-populated. Remember, it's going to send that confirmation email and that confirmation and that unconfirmed email out to your people on your behalf. That is exactly what you want. Allow them to cancel whatever time frame you're comfortable with beforehand. Allow them to reschedule whatever time frame you're comfortable with. And then here is how that flows below. It'll reiterate the information, the phone, the call, the location, give them the opportunity to reschedule or to cancel based on what you're choosing to use. These are pre-populated fields, again, because we load that into your snapshot. And then any other customizations that you want to make, you can add here. If you have your calendar set up or you have your branding set up per your own specifications, you may have green for this is a go person. You may have orange or red for this is a no-go person. You can make those additional customizations here. You can add your logo and all that. Again, we're working on a very simplified method right now. Again, just to go back through this, you want to have a clear calendar title, a simple description, the correct time zone for yourself. Your calendar is already set up and structured to be mobile friendly, okay? It will reply on your behalf when it's set up and structured properly and right. Okay, so make sure that you are allowing your calendar initially to stay as basic as it possibly can. When you save this calendar, it is going to then give you yet again our handy dandy link. Okay, so let's go find the one that we just set up. We named it a simple calendar. It is not grouped, so it is simple calendar here. And if you click the little share calendar button over here, it will give you the scheduling link. This is if you make changes to it, it's only going to update per your changes. This is the one that you're sending out. If you want, no matter what changes you make to your calendar, this is the link that you want to use. If you want to make challenges and you changes to it and you want it simplified, then this is the link that you would use. Pick your poison, okay? I'm going to say use the one that automatically, all the time, has your permanent options attached to it, okay? So again, when it's time for you to prepare for the call, let me pull my screen down so I can make sure that you guys are focused on this part of the information, because again, it really, really, really is important. Plot myself back over here on the screen. Again, when it's time to prepare for these calls that you have scheduled using your calendar, you want to review their original inquiry information because you want to make sure that you're a peer professional and that you're up to date on everything that you're discussing with them. You want to check out as much as you can about their organization prior to getting on the phone with them. You want to prepare any relevant questions that you need to make an informed decision about their event and your ability to impact their audience. And you want to also have your speaker one sheet handy. You have no earthly idea what I'm referring to when I'm talking about this speaker one sheet, then you want to make sure that you have it available. And of course, I would have mine moved all out of the way where you guys don't get an opportunity to see it. Here we go. You want to make sure that you have your speaker one sheet handy and available because they may ask about it, and you want to have that information available and ready, even if you off the top of your head know your links. You may have to divvy down and look at your one sheet when they're asking for your information and you're trying to provide that for them. So have that one sheet ready. Also know your link so that if you have to provide that to them quickly on the call, even though in your email that automatically went out to them, you had your one sheet attached. Sometimes just have it available and be ye oh so ready, right? Stay ready so that you don't have to get ready, right? During the call, you want to focus on listening and asking questions rather than pitching yourself, right? Because they're reaching out to you. You already know they're interested, okay? Just have your questions ready. Understand their needs first so that you can determine if they are a good fit, and any of the next steps that you have for them will flow naturally. Be sure to take notes if you are a writer or have your handy dandy Fathom app, fathom.martinabrityelverton.com. If you want to know what in the world I'm talking about, Fathom is an app that will take notes for you and will send that information out to your participants who are on the call. Should you be meeting on Zoom, Google Meets, I think there's also an option for Outlook. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I'll make sure to know next time we get together. But I do believe that it is available there as well. Fathom.martinabrityelverton.com. You are available to allow it into your call if you're meeting over on Zoom. And the link, of course, is below in this stream. If you're meeting on Zoom, it'll take the notes for you. Okay. So if it's taking the notes for you, now you can stay ready and focused on the call. All right. Again, it will follow up with them automatically should they also download the app as well. All right. And again, after the call, send your follow up. Make sure your system is automated to do that for you. Send your follow up within 24 hours. Allow that Fathom to summarize for you. When you're sending that to them, go ahead and clip yourself a copy of it just in case it didn't go out automatically. Clip a copy to your email so that they still have another opportunity to see the recap call. Outline any agreed next steps and include relevant materials. I suggest you have that set up in automation in your next email that will outline your topic outlines or your testimonials. Okay. Again, this is simple calendar management. Check your schedule daily. Check daily to see if people are trying to book you, if EPs are trying to get in touch with you. They're on a mission to fill seats for their speaking event. People who are reaching out to you in business are looking for you to follow up with them. Make sure you block out the prepped time, right? And make sure that if you have schedule changes, always plug them into your personal and business calendar so your system that is connected will not book your time during that time you're already booked. Okay. Again, allow your system to track your notes for you. Make the basic setup easy before you master or try to master additional options. Okay. So your form and calendar are now working together as a lead capture and booking system. In our next tutorial, we're going to be discussing the websites, okay? And when we move over into the websites, you're probably sitting here going, okay, form, calendar, don't quite know if I am ready for web information. Well, guess what? It needs to be in your system because it's the natural order that an individual, you have a form now that needs to go on a funnel or a website. You have a calendar now that they need to be able to look at to book you as a speaker. It is in the natural flow of what's next. It showcases all of these tools and it gives you the professional online presence that you need. Okay, so your website will feature your inquiry form. It'll make it easier again for the visitors to book that call, that all important call, to be able to determine whether or not they want to work with you and you want to work with them. Everything we build connects to everything else. Okay, so as I close out, again, this is your second essential tool, right? A professional calendar system that will make your booking effortless for your clients, and it's going to eliminate scheduling chaos. You want to avoid as much friction in your business as possible. All right. So this is the complete calendar setup just for you guys to get your feet wet and see how it is to learn the basics of calendar configuration. Again, you have templates that are on the way, email scripts that are on the way, you have preparation guides that are on the way, and it's all exclusively available in the LINKMIBIO, all right, community.martinabrityelverton.com. You can go right over there, join the community, find all the good and available tools that are allotted to you. Again, I've dropped it below for you guys to see, community.martinabrityelverton.com, so that you can determine whether or not this is your judge, whether or not this lane is what you are most interested in. I guarantee you, some way or another, whether you do it or not, okay, whether you know it or not, you are indeed a speaker on some level or another. Okay. And I'm just suggesting that you go ahead and prepare yourself. You get your business system together. You get your brand together. You go ahead and get your forms and your calendar and your website. Get all of this together, working and operating the way that it should be working so that you can understand the forms, connects to their websites, connects to the calendars. It all comes together. All right. And if you want to learn more, do more, then come on over into the community. Join us at community.martinabrityelverton.com. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about websites. And I may be just the one that you need to work with to build your entire system. Okay. Thank you again for your time on today. We're going to roll on up out of here, and I'm going to get excited to see you guys on the very next one. To your success, BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton.